Okay, welcome back to another New York afternoon session. Volume profiles drawn in. You can see we're currently sitting around about the current value area high. We are about 76 points away from point of control. We've got previous day levels here in orange that we've marked out just below point of control for the current session. You can see during the New York session in the morning, we've hit a new all-time high, 30,118, and we've now pulled all the way back down to around about 29.9 before pulling back up to make this value area high here. So if we mark in this high volume node here, we'll see if we can get some sort of entry at around about that 3:30 p.m. New York time.
Alright, you've got your levels well mapped out. If price comes back toward that high volume node around your key time window, you'll have a clearer entry opportunity. Just be patient, wait for confirmation, and stick to your plan.
So we're trading the funded account today. Let's see how we go on that.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, what did we get there? So straight off that 2:30 p.m. Chicago time candle, 3:30 p.m. New York time, straight off this high volume node, which was lining up with the value area high. Price still going now. So about 7.5 points there. Okay, so this was the trade. It was the value area high of the current session, as you can see, lining up with the high volume node. Also, the confluence is that time of the session that I like, which is around about the 3:30 p.m. New York time. You normally see some sort of direction shift and it usually goes in that direction, or you see nothing at all. That's usually what I go with, especially if it's lining up with some other levels. So we closed it for nearly 8 points. What I need to do in the future is to move the stop to break even and just let it play out, because sometimes this move is a move that keeps on going. It may this session, who knows, I don't know, but that's something that I'm trying to get better at. So this is the only trade that I'm going to take today, and we're going to move on to tomorrow. So just a total of $42 today. We're trying to get this one back to a break even. This account's $300 in drawdown, and then from there I'll move my risk up to 5 micros, and if we get on a good run, eventually 1 mini. All right, well, I might add in a little bit about what happened after this trade later on. Okay, so as we said, what I wanted to get better at was moving stop to break even. So had we done that, now we would have had the opportunity to take a little bit more off the table there. So if I'd actually moved that stop to break even, in this case, we would have now been able to see that the trade is pushed on to 17 points there. I could have then trailed the stop up a little bit and moving up to around about 10 points. So I would have had my 10-point minimum there. So I could have had my TP at 20 points, which is there, and closed it, or continued to trail the stop. So we'll see what happens here. If I did actually have the opportunity to get more than the 30 points. So this is set at 30 points now. Okay, so we're pushing up to 30 points now. So I could have moved my stop to here, around about 20 points, and now we've hit 30. So either closing at 30 points or leaving stop at 20 and seeing if this is going to run to new all-time highs again, which is at 30,119. Okay, so stop is at 25 points with a target at 40. Let's see if it can get to the 40 before hitting this stop. I mean, so we're at 30 points now. I mean, that would be 3 to 1, so that would have been a good close there. So you could have either closed there or done a really aggressive stop here like this. So we're somehow still in this. $40 points. So you would have got your 40 points. So you would have been out there. But that's an example of why I should have moved my stop to break even, which I didn't do. I closed it at about 7 points. If I'd trailed my stop that entire way, I just would have got 40 points out of that. We're risking 3 micros, which $60. So that would have been $240. So sometimes this window here at 3:30 p.m. New York time decides on a direction. And in this case it did. You can see we moved right at 3:30 p.m. We had this aggressive candle moving up. That's where I got in. However, I closed it too early, which is something I have a tendency of doing. Most of the time I do just like try and take 10 points. In future I need to be able to trail my stop as I did in that example. Would have got much more out of it. Thanks for watching, and we'll come back tomorrow and try again and see if we can trail the stop next time.